March 14th, Brooklyn. March 14th doesn't mean a lot to many of us, but to a middle school teacher, a middle school math teacher, March 14th is everything. Some of us know this as Pi Day. Pi Day. Finally, a chance to throw a party to celebrate this nerdy math geek culture that I wanted my kids to get a taste of. Pi Day. And I go all out. 300 fresh pies from bakeries all over Brooklyn donated and delivered to my school. Apple, pumpkin, sweet potato. You can go fancy. Sour cream walnut pies with Granny Smith apples. Why not? I got the cafeteria staff on lock ready to slice up all those delicious pies so that each and every single one of my 380 kids gets a fresh slice of pie on Pi Day, so that they will always remember March 14th, 3.14 is the mathematical constant pi. Jacala in her black trucker hat and her constant need to apply lip gloss. She was this kid who just, sometimes you have these kids who, when they're not there, when they're absent, the whole day feels different. When the class would get out of attention, all she'd have to do was gently look around, and then suddenly everyone would be back on task. When she went to the board and worked out a problem, sometimes she'd know how to do it, sometimes she wouldn't know how to do it. But the fact that she tried would make everyone else want to try too. And she was often brilliant. But on Pi Day, I got to see a different version. I got to see the version that didn't just exist in my math class. She put together this dance crew. A step crew. And I remember they all wore the same color shirts, the same hats, trucker hats, I think, with pi written on them. And they did this whole step routine, clapping, stomping, stepping in unison, shouting out these dope things like circumference over diameter ratio, clap, clap, clap. I loved it. The one part about teaching middle school math, though, that I really hate, and I still hate to this day, is grading. Oh man, do I hate grading. I mean, grading is just this way that you just have to sit down and realize that you're not as good of a teacher as you think you are. But it's stressful also because, for my kids, man, this, the tiered system of specialized high schools in New York mean that for kids like Jacala, who want to become the first kid in their family to go to college, getting into one of these top tier high schools is a big deal. So for 8th graders, it's imperative that they do well on a test that covers a lot of the things that we talk about in my algebra class. It's imperative that they do well on their grades, right? In order to get to one of these high schools. And so, you have that coupled with this curriculum that I'm trying to meet, to try to cover all these various topics that I know our kids are going to have to hit on the test. And we haven't even talked about how math itself, the way math is presented in schools, separates kids along the lines of race, class, gender. So I remember showing up to school this one Monday. I was totally hungover because I had another night of drunk grading. And I walked around the classroom placing tests down on the kids' desks as they were settling in. Because I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, right? But I got to get these tests back because I got to get the lesson. I got to hit the standard so that we can take the unit quiz this Friday so they can get to their stupid unit test in 2 weeks. Oh man, I got all this going on. I just got to do it. And I'm just passing out the test, and suddenly I hear this huge wail in the front of the room. Jacala is in full ugly cry, bawling out, sobs, gulps, tears, and she's tearing up, and I don't know what to do. I just gotta get these tests back to every kid before we can start. Other kids are consoling her. And I just had this professional development session in which they told all of us teachers, if you're a male teacher, never reach out, never even initiate physical contact with a female student. Just don't do it. And I'm frozen. I don't know what to do. I think I just grabbed a box of tissues from my desk and put it on Jacala's desk and said, hey, it's cool, don't worry about it. We'll talk about this after class. And I turned around, turned off the lights, turned on the overhead projector, and we started the lesson. Now, I wish I could have just sat down and be like, you know what, Jacala, all this stuff about tests and math and grades is all a lie. But I didn't say that. I just sat down and wrote down the notes I needed to copy for the next day. In that moment I realized that all the things that I do, putting together a big Pi Day party, trying to have fun in my class, all of it is a lie. I watched this kid, who this beautiful, amazing soul in my classroom, break down and cry because she failed one of my tests. She got a 65. And that meant that she was probably out of contention of getting into one of the high schools she wanted to go to. Not only had Jacala failed, but I felt like a failure. I couldn't get her to the high school she told me that she wanted to get to, that I was trying to make sure that she'd get to so that she could go on to college and she could be and show the world the amazing person I got to see in my classroom every day. I left the school at the end of the year. I didn't want to be a part of a system that was structurally telling women, particularly women of color, that you have to be good at regurgitation and memorization to get ahead in math. And every Pi Day, March 14th, my Facebook and my Instagram blow up. I see kids, my former students, sending me pictures of pie, pictures of the pies that they're eating, all sorts of fun stuff. And it's great. But I've never gotten a message from Jacala. She's never wished me a happy Pi Day. And every Pi Day, I still remember her, and I wonder what happened.